Welcome guys to another track guide. This time we are on Glen for VRS 24 Season 2. So 19, 18 track, no, 18 air, 19 track, 10 kph air, well 50%, the same settings than VRS. And we did a lap of 12.8, what 12? 42.8, oh my god. But yeah, doesn't matter too much. I'm trying to focus and do kind of a long run to make a setup like works for more than 2 laps, because the grip after 2-3 laps start to be tricky, especially with the rears. So this is important. But let's go with the hot lap for the track guide. So let's go. The fastest lap is the second one. I did a few mistakes. A 7 easy. But yeah, first lap is also not terrible, but also was not great. But yeah, no off tracks in any of my laps, as you see. Let's go with the track guide. Go flat out. Now you can see my wheel. Sorry for the last times. So first thing, I brake. What I use for brake, I use this edge here when it moves. You can use the 3-hander, but yeah, this is what I use as my reference. So you can see on my cockpit, I use this as reference for me. You see I'm already starting to lift for brake. First corner, brake early and turning smooth. Releasing the brakes, very important corner. You have to aim to this part. Here, don't touch this curve. Yes, here is where you have to aim. I'm very early on the throttle, so as you see, I'm going into it slowly, doesn't steering too much, just going smooth into the corner. You see my steering angle not getting very aggressive, just be sure you hit the curve. And already when you are here, bam, almost flat out, wait for a bit of rotation, and you use all the track. Very important. Jeez, put me far chase, please. The limit of the track is here, the curve. So you can use your inside wheels can be till here. So try to use all the track. I will put from outside, but a very important corner because it's a big straight coming up. So don't force here. Brake early, smooth. Don't brake too hard into the corner. As you see, when I start to steer into the corner, automatically releasing brakes for don't hit the ABS and go straight. You see, I'm not really forcing my steering wheel for don't force the tires. Be sure you hit the inside of the curve, but not the higher part. Let's go, first corner done. Early on throttle, maybe with a bit tires a bit more pocho, just be a bit more patient with the throttle. Be sure you use all the track. Now flat out, all the way. Try to do less meters. Next to the curve here. And next to the curve. Don't forcing the tires, don't scrapping speed. Just trying to be smooth. Next corner, very tricky one. A lot of people lose a lot of time here. My braking mark, the 300 meters. I always check 300 meters. So this is where we aim. I brake a bit more late, but more or less 300. I'm pushing a bit too much. And here we have to go really close to this part, because if we go near to here, this part, the car gets a bad rebound. It's like more step here. So if you, for whatever reason, you go a bit wide, try to straight up your wheel a bit, because probably you will get kind of a snap. So yeah, try to aim always to be close to this wall as much as you can. And later for aim to here. I cut a lot. I mean, you don't need to cut this much, depends. Actually, I went a bit wide on the exit. But yeah, try to do kind of a straight line. Here helps a bit with the rotation even, sometimes. Just be careful, and when you go back to the throttle smoothly. Anyway, I will put from the board. Oh, 300. Look, my steering wheel, I steer too early, but to be sure I hit the corner. So here is not braking too much, just going into the corner. Look, my braking, not too much. Just my steering wheel is almost straight. I'm just need to be sure I going close to here. So it's better sacrifice a bit of corner entry. Be sure you carry the speed and be sure you hit in this corner, because if you miss it, it's a big mess. You can crash. Well, it's no point to really push here too much. It's so much to lose. If you carry too much speed, you go wide. So just take it easy here. Very important. You see my steering wheel not going very crazy into it. I start to steer more when I get in sure I'm about to hit the corner, but initially I steer really a bit. And now when I'm already looking closer to the corner, I start to steer more smoothly, adjusting as much as I can to the next to the wall. First, I put 5th gear, and once I pass this, I put 4th gear. Helps me a bit. Once I pass the curve, I'm already out of the brakes. I go to 4th gear. I hit again the brakes a little bit to help the weight of the car go to the front and help the rotation. Yeah, this is not off track. It's big cut, but not off track. So 5th, 4, and now back to the throttle. You need to control. Don't go too aggressive because you will go wide. This is slightly tricky. I went a bit wide anyways, but yeah, you try to hit as much as you can on the inside, this curve. And the next one also without the off track. You can touch a little bit the grass, but not too much, and flat out. And as soon you go out of the curve, already going into the next corner. But again, really the brakes, almost nothing, you know, just let the car roll. Touch little bit the brakes to be sure you're on the inside. Actually, I went a bit wide on this lap. I lost a bit of time here. Yeah, very tricky. Just try to do the correct line. The most important, easy. Don't brake too hard. Just let the car roll a lot. Don't scrap too much speed. Flat out, and as soon as you land from here, again, let the car roll. Be patient. Try to be close to this curve. And once you start to feel the grip, you can go back to the throttle and you use all the track. Don't force the tires. This is not off track. These cameras. It's on the limit, but as soon as you keep 2 tires on the track, on the tarmac, you don't gonna get off track. So try to go use all the track for don't force the tires. So we go out of the curve, and as soon we start to turn in, and when we feel the grip, bang, back to the throttle. You can see the throttle is helping me with the rotation. Flat out, open the steering, don't force your tires, the front tires, and let's go. Next corner. This one is hard to... I don't have a really brake mark. As soon I keep the 5th gear, I go to 5th, and as soon I land to the right side, I already start to brake. I do it my intuition. I don't know how to say in English, but yeah, as soon I arrive to the right side, more or less, is when I feel like I have to start to brake. Very important, don't brake late here, brake early. If you brake late, you will lose the rear. It's very tricky corner. And as usual, don't brake too much. If you brake too much, as soon as you start to turn in, you're gonna lose the rear. So I brake a little bit hard when I'm straight, but as soon as I'm going into the corner, I start to release brake. If not, you're gonna lose the rear. There is kind of a camber here, so you turn in pretty early into the corner. It's not like a late apex, and you aim to this curve, and look how early I'm on the throttle. Insanely early. It's a lot of grip on the inside. I'm already here on the throttle. Yes, you need to be a bit patient. Keeping the throttle, wait till you feel the car is rotating, and later flat out, using all the track again. As you see, well, you just need to keep 2 tires on the track. So let's go again. Brake. Tuning, you see my steering input, not too much, because if not you lose the rear, very easy to lose the rear. And very early on the inside, and already you get back to the throttle, use all the exit. Here we keep 4 gear, I don't go to 5th. And I use as reference these brake marks here, you see. So yeah, this is my reference. You can use also right after pass the 200 if you have a car in front. I know once I pass the 200 meters I have to start to brake, so more or less you can use these as references. Even probably brake a bit more early. Yeah, you see, a bit of cross braking, not good, bad driver. And this corner very tricky, very late apex. It's like, you see here, it's like a edge, like exactly here. You see this goes straight, and here goes like this. So this is the edge I aim into. Don't touch the inside curve, but yeah, I try to get like the exit, bam, like this, you know. Bad explanation, but we do what we can. I go early on the throttle again. But yeah, here I'm rotating the car, just aiming to hit this. And when you hit this, already you can start to open the steering wheel and flat out using all the track. You see, I go straight, I just straight my wheel using all the track, using the traction as much as I can. Let's go again. Brake, turn in late, very late. You see how much gap it is. Also my steering wheel don't steering too much. Just very smooth with the steering input and aiming to a very late apex. It's like you have to imagine that the corner is more open than it is. It's like there is, here is like this part you need to aim a bit early. You see, here is like a edge. This is what you have to aim. Some people go more to the inside, but for me, I imagine the corner like the corner in my brain is like this. So I go around the outside and I hit a late apex to get a good exit and also use a lot of traction. If you go inside, you will burn your rear tires, I think. So I prefer do more meters, but don't force the tires and be sure I get a good exit. Okay, throttle early. By the way, I use here, I don't go to 2nd gear. I recommend you to keep 3rd. Mostly you can use 2nd, but I think on 3rd you carry more speed and also you take care of the rear tires better. Also here I keep 3rd. Next corner, my reference, this signal, 4th gear, a bit 3rd gear, and turning pretty early because here is like a lot of camber on the inside. So I'm turning into the inside very early, you see. I'm not going like really outside. I'm not doing like, you see this braking, these lines, nah. I go inside very early because there is a lot of camber inside, so helps a lot. You can carry more speed. So yeah, don't trust these rubber lines. Try to turn in pretty early. Very early, the turning. You see, here, boom, the car grips a lot on the inside. Also, again, 3rd gear, hit the curve, this apex, again the same than the last corner, like a bit late apex, and we open very early, flat out, still a lot of camber here to use, flat out, and we open the steering very early because we use all the track again. It's no problem, no off track. Meanwhile, you have 2 wheels on the tarmac, no problemo. So use all the track. I could even use more, but yes. Just be sure, turn in early, stay on the inside, and as soon the corner opens, flat out, straight to use all the traction. Next corner, I keep third gear. I don't go to 4. And this one is a bit tricky on the throttle. You need to be very patient. You see, almost not braking again, because it's easy to lose the rear. And throttle early, but look, you need to keep throttle control for long time till you straight up the wheel. And when you straight up the wheel, you can use flat out, because there is like a small bump here. If you are throttling too much, you will lose the rear, the traction. No, bam. You see, as soon as I straight up the wheel, is when I go flat out. The corner ends when the curve turns a bit more. A bit hard to explain, but you can see here suddenly the curve goes to the left. Meanwhile, here is pretty straight. So for me, here is where the corner almost ends. And yeah, I keep third gear, and I straight up the wheel, and I use all the track again. Next corner, 4 gear, turn in, and keep a bit of throttle all the way. Try to be sure you don't go wide or you lose a lot of time, and try to always keep some throttle, helps the rotation, you carry more speed, hit the curve, and use all the exit, no off track here, and as soon as you arrive to the left, brake very early but almost nothing, you see, just 30% brakes. I don't have like a braking mark, I just know I have to go to this curve here and not braking too much or I will go straight. This corner is very important, brake very smooth, don't brake hard, don't push too much, because it's so easy to make a mistake. So as soon as I arrive to the left of the corner, I start to brake, and you see already no brakes here, just let the car roll. I could brake a bit more, but I brake a bit too early, but yeah, I just want to be sure I make the corner, I don't overspeed too much or I go to the wall. Flat out, we use all the track. By the way, we keep 4 gear for this corner also. And that's it, just be sure you use all the track and don't brake too hard, is the main points. And here is the lap, the 42.8. Could be a 7, but yes, some mistakes. All the track, as soon you arrive here, don't be crazy going to the grass. Well, now probably it's not that slippery, but yeah, very important, don't brake too hard. Use the camber of the corner to turn in the car here, and bam, flat out, and this is the lap. As usual, you have the telemetry, and you can use the telemetry. This is my laps. You can add your laps. You can check the setup, it's legit. Well, you can check everything for free. Well, if you have the files. Anyway, just reminds you, if you struggle or whatever, you always can use a Q2 tool to improve yourself and see where are you really losing a lot of time. You know, you go to a corner, you see the difference, you brake too early, steering, angle difference, you see. Anyways, whatever you need, I can help you on this course. God bless, have a lovely day.